episode of Astro Detectives. We've got two charts, and one of them matches our guest that's coming up a little bit later on. We're going to figure out which one it is through an interview. Today we've got a Capricorn and a Taurus. I'm Scott, the Skeptic of Astrology, joined by my co-host and professional astrologer, Sarah Hartshorn. Sarah, how does a Capricorn compare with a Taurus?
Well, Scott, I'm so glad you asked. They are both earth signs, so they do have some similarities, but where they differ is what they are focused on. And so Taurus, represented by, the cow or the bull, is think of a bull kind of like grazing peacefully in a pasture. Okay, they're more concerned with creating and maintaining comfort and stability in their life. There's a focus on food and resources and just being luxuriating and enjoying the material plane. Whereas a Capricorn, think of it's represented by this like sea goat creature, but just think of like a mountain goat, like climbing a mountain, and they just like to get higher and higher. So they're focused more on achievement and career and, authority and things like that. And so, another good way to think about it is Taurus will ask, is this worth the effort? Where Capricorn would ask, will this take me somewhere?
Well, this should be a good contrast. We got somebody who might be a little relaxed, easygoing, just enjoying life as it happens, and then someone else who wants to take charge and be in control of their destiny and always looking for that next step up the ladder of likely career, but maybe other areas of life. That's what I'm going to be looking for, because I am but a mere beginner, and I will be focused on just the sun signs. But Sarah, there's going to be some people watching or listening who want to go deeper into the charts, and they want to look at the big three. They want to look at where different planets are. First off, how can they find that?
Yes.
And then what are you looking at?
So the charts are available on our website at AstroDetectivesPod.com. You can download that in whole sign or Placidus. If you sign up for our Patreon, you can get that birth data, so you can kind of plug it in and cast the charts however you like. So that's where the charts are. And so when I look at this Taurus and Capricorn and kind of their charts here, one of the things that stands out to me is the rising sign. And in fact, that's usually where I look, even before I look at someone's sun sign, because it really kind of gives a clue to how this person might come off. And so our Taurus is an Aquarius rising, and our Capricorn is a Virgo rising. So with the Taurus, Aquarius rising, those are two very different energies. So while the Taurus is really kind of, earthy and involved with like the material plane and things like that, the Aquarian in them gives them kind of a like nuanced layer of energy, because Aquarius energy is more about thinking about humanitarian causes, thinking about things that are just much grander than just their own comfort and stability. They're thinking about the, humanity, what's good for humanity. They really like to appear like an individual and show off their uniqueness. They can often feel like an alien in many situations, or just like alienated. And they tend to have like a large social circle of friends. And so, that's like a really interesting energy there with that one. And then with our Capricorn, they're a Virgo rising. So that's our other earth sign. So this person would have a lot of earth, and earth is very, the Virgo in them is going to be, and we've had a lot of Virgo risings on here. I always point that out. But Virgo is a sign that is definitely more concerned with being of use and being of service, acquiring practical skills. They like to help people. They kind of show up in kind of come off very humble and demure. Whereas Aquarius tends to like to stand out, but kind of in a quiet, cool, aloof way. So that is just a little bit about these two charts. So I'm really excited to see who we have here today.
Me too. I'm going to be focused on just that Capricorn Taurus energy to start things out. And then Sarah's going to dive deeper and really try to explore our guest from whatever angles she's choosing. Any specific areas of questioning that you think will show the differences between these two charts and these two characters that we might see?
Yeah, probably asking them about their career goals is going to be very illuminate a lot. Are they, what do they want to achieve in life? Do they have their eye on the prize and they just want more and more power and achievement and authority? And do they want to be the CEO kind of thing? And a lot of times Capricorns can be very workaholics, things like that. Whereas the Taurus may be just more concerned with really wanting to enjoy life.
Well, we're going to enjoy this interview with our guest. Everybody has time to go check those charts, download them, and study them closely. You can even hit pause if you need to. But then we'll be right back after this break with our guest, who is either a Capricorn or a Taurus. Hey, listeners, we're not just a podcast that tests astrology. We're an independent detective agency. That means we rely on you to help us keep the show running.
Exactly. By joining AstroDetectives on Patreon, you can support our mission to finally prove astrology is real.
Or, completely debunk it.
Here we go again.
One thing we can agree on, AstroDetectives is the only place you'll find astrologers and skeptics working together, like a buddy cop movie you didn't know you needed.
And trust me, detective work takes time, gathering evidence, late night stakeouts, solving cases, especially when Mercury's retrograde.
Okay, you can't blame Mercury.
The first step is easy and free. Just follow Astro Detectives on Patreon to get access to our debrief episodes where the conversation continues after each case ends. We break down what went right and what went wrong.
And if you want to fast track your training, become a rookie detective for only $3 a month. You'll unlock exclusive bonus episodes, plus early releases and the top secret case files sent straight to your inbox.
Or for just $1 a month, we'll make you an Astro intern. No compensation per se, but hey, you'll gain valuable detective experience and that warm fuzzy feeling knowing you're helping us keep the lights on.
So if you like what we're doing and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/astrodetectives and join the investigation today. Welcome back, everybody. Sarah and I have looked at our two charts, and now we're joined with our guest, Lauren. Welcome to Astro Detectives.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
We're very excited to have you. We're going to be asking you about your life, personality, all sorts of things. One place I always like to start is work. You put on the survey that you're an attorney. Can you tell us a little bit about what got you into that and what you like and maybe dislike about it?
So it's funny, when I graduated from college, I came to Washington, D.C. because I had a political science degree. And I thought, well, surely everyone's going to hire me. I'll be writing all the laws because I have a political science degree. And really, I just ended up getting coffee for everyone and stapling a bunch of papers. So I thought, well, maybe I should try law school. So I went to law school at night while working during the day. And that's probably the worst thing you could possibly do. It's very hard to do. And it takes an extra year to do it that way. So I knew I was never going to work in a law firm. That just wasn't my personality. But I used my law degree to get more into public policy.
Interesting. That sounds like I mean, at the end of the day, you came away with something that really benefited you. So it's funny to hear you say it's not the way to do it, like working while you're taking classes.
No. First of all, you should never go to law school, period. But if you have to go to law school, you should just go the full time rather than doing part-time and trying to work at the same time.
Okay. And then kind of what led you to want to get into that field? Like you said, I didn't want to be a lawyer, but you wanted to help, write laws. What was your motivation there?
I think it started in undergrad with being extremely deficient and bad at math. And so after you can't go into scientific studies, you are turned into liberal arts. And so it's just where I ended up.
It's interesting because liberal arts is a lot of times you think of like artists and musicians, but political science and creating laws, I have a different vision of that. Like that's almost, I don't know. What do you like about politics or the art of creating public policy?
The type of politics I'm involved in right now, if you look at the federal government, it's like completely shut down. It takes forever to pass anything, if anything's going to pass at all. It moves very, very slow, almost like plate tectonics, right? Like they're moving against each other for millions of years before anything gets done. But if you work in different politics, like in state politics or local politics, it goes a lot faster and it's much more fast paced and much more to my personality than that.
So you're more at the state, you're not in the federal level. Okay, cool.
Right.
Any recommendations you would give to the federal level to make things work a little bit better?
Oh my gosh, guys, you have to get along. Like I tell my kids, like you have to make compromise somewhere. You can't just dig your heels in. So a lot of times they act like kids.
Speaking of kids, can we go back to your childhood a little bit?
Sure.
What kind of a kid were you, and what you mentioned, maybe what you wanted to be when you grew up, but just what was your attitude in life as a kid?
So back when I was a kid, I was very bookish, oriented in my studies. I wasn't an athlete. I didn't do any sports. I was in the marching band. So it's a nice way of saying I was a huge nerd for a lot of my childhood.
And did you... Well, yeah, I guess nerd, were you into like sci-fi stuff at all, or were you just very studious?
Just very studious. Nothing even cool like sci-fi. So,
and parents, did you like want to be like one or the other, or what was that relationship like?
So both my parents are very educated. So I think I gravitated towards being more like them.
And so you were motivated to can you mention kind of their area of work?
So both of my parents had MBAs and they were in business.
And you said, I'm going to do law. No, you said, I'm going to do political science. And then,
right. Then I'm going to do law after I have nothing else to do.
If I have to, I will do law. Let's see. Can you talk a little bit about, you mentioned you have kids?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of a parent are you? What's your relationship raising kids, and how does that part of your life feel?
So it's very cliche, but I like to think of myself like as a cool mom. Like I'm not like a regular mom, but I probably am just like all the other moms and not a cool mom at all. But I guess I always want my kids to do better than I did, or have more things than I did, or more opportunities. And so it's my job to make sure that they don't want for anything or have all these great experiences as being kids. Because, very soon my kids are teenagers, they'll be out of the house and on their own. So I want them to look back on their childhood and have like really good memories.
And what does a cool mom look like to you?
Like tomorrow's Halloween and I'm going to be a version of Britney Spears for Halloween. So that looks like a cool mom to me that would be that. Now my kids, they don't know very much about Britney Spears. I think she's a singer from the olden times. So that's what they said.
On the oldies station.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I know. I feel terrible about it.
Any as far as a partner, a romantic partner goes, can you kind of speak to what you tend to look for in a partner, or if you're currently with someone, can you just describe them?
Yeah, my husband's very smart and he's the opposite of me, right? He's a scientist. He is very good at math. He can help the kids with their math homework. He's very quiet and reserved, where I'm very, outgoing and loud. So, opposites definitely attract for me.
Is he as excited about Halloween costumes as you are?
Even more, if I were to show you this house, it's like a haunted house right now. There's all kinds of scarecrows and demons on our front lawn. I mean, we have like the Halloween house.
Do you guys really get into celebrating each holiday, or making very special occasions, going all the way out more so than other friends, maybe?
No, it's really only Halloween. Like we won't have anything up for Christmas or Easter or anything else. It's just Halloween.
Interesting. Let's see. I got like one or two more, and then Sarah's going to jump in with some more specific questions. She's over there studying the charts. I am but a mere novice. Do you guys like to, if a new restaurant opens up in town, are you excited to go try it, or you like to stick with your staples?
So I'm very excited to go try it. I'll try anything once. And so if a new restaurant's opening up, I'm there. I'm trying it.
All right. What kind of media are you drawn to? Books, TV, film, that kind of thing? Any specifics that you're especially into?
So, mostly like comedies or like historical writing, like biographies of historical people, that kind of stuff. But I found myself kind of in the same loop as I saw my parents, of like only watching the movies or the TV shows that I associate with like my youth. Like I could watch Friends like 100 times or Seinfeld and maybe not getting into anything new like I probably should.
Okay, so like nostalgia kind of based.
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
like that.
On your survey, there is one question that says how much intention you put into home decor, a 1 through 10, and you put a 1. Can you speak to that?
It's definitely a one. I don't think my house will ever be featured in Architectural Digest. I don't have like a museum quality living room. It's really like a lived in house. Like my kids can throw their shoes on the floor. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I definitely don't focus on that. My house is more utilitarian than a show place.
And that you like to travel a lot. Can you talk about that urge and where that comes from?
So part of the urge comes from my job. I travel a lot. I'll travel a ton every month. And so that's part of the job that I love, is being able to go see all these different places that I've never been before. So.
And that probably goes along with 10 out of 10 on highly active. What are you so active doing? And can you just talk about the physical aspect of your life, how that plays a part?
Yeah, so I'm currently into a 1,600-day streak on my Peloton. And I play pickleball with the neighbors. And so like I'm active all the time, trying to, be healthier or be out there having fun, just being blessed to be able to move my body that way.
And is that more like you're thinking of it in terms of health, or it feels good, or some combination?
So it's a lot health, but playing pickleball or any sports is competition.
All right. Competitive spirit.
That's right.
Okay. Sarah, what are you seeing over there?
Yeah, I'm just making my list of questions as I'm going along. Yeah. Okay, let me see where I want to start. Well, Lauren, okay, when you were saying on your survey, you consider yourself a pack rat, is that right?
Did I say, I mean, I don't, if I answered that, I was wrong. I don't consider myself pack rat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I throw away everything. My kids have no mementos of like their kindergarten macaroni necklaces or anything. It's all gone.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. That's very interesting. Okay. What are your favorite things? Like, what makes you happy?
So first and foremost, obviously my family makes me very happy. I love traveling, even traveling with them, having them have new experiences. I'm really into fashion. And so that's something that makes me happy just on a personal level. I don't think anyone else cares about what I'm wearing except for me.
Okay, fashion. What kind of fashion do you like?
Um, so, so right now, I would say I'm getting into more designer, more expensive fashion. So,
What's like one a designer that you like?
right now, I would say I'm in my Hermes era of
Okay.
fashion.
Okay.
We need sponsors for the show, so this is
I
good.
know. If they sponsor you, I'll be back.
I know, that'd be great.
By the way, I always thought it was Hermes because it's, I mean, I think it is, but like I never knew how to pronounce it. Like in what is that? I don't know. Anyways.
You need to actually go to the store and then see what they say. Welcome to Hermes. Hermes.
Yeah. I'll just keep saying Hermes and see how they react. Okay, Lauren. So when you dress, I think you said on your survey that you kind of like a classic style. So do you usually kind of dress like more like classic, simple, or do you like to stand out?
So I don't think it's really a binary choice. It's definitely like classic styling, but I do love something colorful, right? So like a very bright cardigan, bright shoes, that kind of stuff to add to the outfit.
Okay. All right. Do you like to indulge in like rich food and things like that? And
So
sweets?
so sweets, no, it's funny because I don't have a sweet tooth at all. I won't eat a cupcake, cake, nothing. Now, if you put like a bag of chips in front of me, it's a completely different story. But I won't eat a donut, nothing.
Okay. All right. When you like eat meals, I'm trying to figure out how to like state this, but like, are you kind of a fussy eater? I mean, I know you said you'd try anything, but do you tend to just kind of like pick at your food a little bit and eat like a bird, or what's your style?
No, definitely not pick at it. Definitely
Okay.
enjoy a good meal.
Okay. Um, all right. Let's move on to I thought it was interesting for celebrity crushes. You said none. Never a celebrity crush.
Yeah, never. There's never been anyone, I have to say, like a celebrity to me is almost like a politician, right? So I would say I had a politician crush, but it's someone who's absolutely not reflective of my politics and someone who is probably not, a good person. But for some reason, he just pressed my buttons.
Oh, do you want to share or no? You don't have to.
Yeah, I do. I know
Oh,
it's fine. It's the former, Secretary of Energy, Rick Perry, former governor of Texas.
oh, Rick
Oh,
Perry.
boy.
Yeah. Okay, interesting.
I know, and I got. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I have to
Maybe
pull his
that's
shirt.
part of the attraction is like, oh, it's so wrong.
I know it's so wrong, like so incredibly wrong. Like,
Forbidden.
yeah, in several ways.
Interesting. Okay. I will come back to that. That's really interesting. Okay. So, and just for the record, his sun sign is a Pisces. So, okay. All right. Noted. And so, all right. Have you ever, what is your, like, I know you have children, but are you a kid person? Do you really like kids in general, like anybody's kid?
No, I mean, I like all my kids' friends. They have a good group, but no, I was never a kid person. I was never, a homemaker. I don't really cook very well. Obviously, my house is a mess right now. So no, didn't have that maternal instinct of just like, give me a bunch of kids.
Give me a bunch of kids.
No.
like not like Octomom or anything.
No, definitely. We have a boy and a girl, and I was like, that's it. The shop is closed.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to like your childhood, can you talk about your relationship and how it's your relationship with your parents in your childhood and how maybe it's evolved into adulthood?
I would say it's stayed the same. Like I talk to my mom every single day. And when I was little, I talked to my mom every single day. So it's still very, very close.
Okay. And what kind of can you just describe her a little bit?
So she was, when I was growing up, she was going through business school and she was always very driven, very career driven. And, this is back in the 1980s. And I'm not saying she was like the first woman in the marketplace, but like none of the other moms in my neighborhood had an MBA. Some of the dads did, but not the moms. So she was like a real role model to me of like continuing your education, having your own stuff, making your own money.
Okay. And what's her personality like?
She's extremely nice and extremely funny and very, very smart.
Okay. And how about your dad?
He he's more reserved than my mom. He's brilliant. He's smart. He got like a perfect score on the LSAT and then decided not to go to law school, decided to get his MBA. Like he's just off the charts smart.
Wow. And were your parents were they did you feel that they were very present in your childhood, or did you feel like that they had their hands full and they were trying to be as present as they could, but they were also like working and doing all this stuff?
Yeah, probably the latter. And I don't think I understood how hard it was to do both until I had that same kind of choice to make.
Okay. Did you feel like at times, like, I wish I had a little more, I wish they were a little more available and, and nurturing?
Well, sometimes I would look at, my friend's mom, she was a homemaker and she'd always be there baking cookies and sewing clothes. And, my mom didn't do that. And I thought that that was really the way that moms were supposed to be. But I learned the error of my ways, that there are many
Mhm.
different flavors of mom. And she was, just her version of it.
Okay. Um, all right. Have you ever wanted to be on television or do any kind of like performance, or do you do public speaking?
So I do quite a bit of public speaking, but I don't think I've ever considered TV or any kind of influencer, social media kind of thing.
Okay. All right. And so when you do public speaking, what types of groups are you talking to and how large are we talking?
So we're usually talking to other attorneys, and they can be small groups like 10, or I've spoken to hundreds, pretty large groups before.
Okay. And do you enjoy that or do you get nervous?
Oh, I enjoy it. I don't get nervous at all.
Okay. Um, is there anything that you're willing to share about any kind of like ailments, health issues, or anything of that nature, surgeries, accidents?
Yeah, no, I don't have any surgeries or accidents. I'm old, so I have high blood pressure, but I'm trying to get that under control with, living healthy.
Okay. Um, have you ever had any digestive issues or anything like that?
Nope.
No. Okay. So you've been pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Do you ever get, do you get like the flu pretty much every year, or are you one of those people who just avoids that too?
So when my kids are younger, I felt like I was sick all the time, but no, I don't. I'm not usually sick, especially since I work from home. I mean, I travel a lot, but I'm not like in an office all day around other people who are sick.
Okay. So as far as like your emotions, would you describe yourself as like a sensitive person, or do you tend to mask your emotions?
Um,
I guess you could be sensitive either way, but I'm
yeah, I was
more,
trying to figure out how to
yeah,
answer that. Like,
yeah.
I
Or do you tend to mask your emotions, or do you tend to wear them on your sleeve?
definitely mask them.
Okay. And um, do you how do you handle like big intense emotions? Like I know you said you mask them, but does it when you're angry, do you try and repress it, or does it come out in do you have to walk away, or how do you deal with like a lot of anger?
Yeah, it's definitely the walking away. Like I said about the government and compromise. There's no point in just fighting it out. There has to be compromise. And so in the moment, there's no way to get to that compromise.
Well, that's the problem. They just walked away.
I know. They have to walk away and then come back.
Then you have to come back.
Second part, right? If you just walk away and keep walking, you'll never get anything done.
Let's see. Let me go back to the medical stuff. Have you ever had like dental issues? I'm just trying to find anything that you may not be thinking of just because it seems not that relevant, but
No dental issues.
okay. Okay. Let's see what else.
What's your secret to having no health issues?
Like I said, I'm on a 1,600-day Peloton streak. So if you're
great.
working out that much.
If I date that back correctly, did it start during COVID?
Yeah,
Okay, that was a great time to like kick off new health routines.
it was. And I think a lot of people, they fell off, but mine stuck with me. So,
Committed.
yep.
Can you just share a little bit about how you handle money? Have you ever had like debt or issues? I mean, you don't have to share anything you don't want to. I'm just trying to see if like you've ever struggled with that or you've always come out ahead.
So when I first moved to DC, I made $19,000 a year. And I thought, I'm so rich. I'll never make more money than this. Like, this is the top, like 19 grand a year. But, in those early days of my career, of course, there was like struggle with, money. That obviously wasn't a lot of money. And then paying for law school on top of that. But that's all much in the past now.
Okay. And are you someone that are you more focused on building achievement or maintaining what you have?
Maintaining what I have.
Okay.
Can you contrast that to your decision to go to law school and kind of, that seems like a building activity.
So it just, at least in Washington, D.C., just having an undergrad degree was just not enough. Like it wasn't even enough to maintain that. It was almost worthless. So to get anywhere, you needed to have that extra oomph of law school or something else.
And then you decided to leave DC and focus on state government?
No, I'm still in DC, but yeah, my focus is state government.
Okay.
Sorry if I've asked this before, but I don't know if I asked it in this way, but have you had many experiences where you felt like alienated or just like you didn't fit in?
I can't say that I have.
Okay. Great. Scott, do you have any final questions?
Have you moved around a lot? Because I was noticing Pennsylvania's your starting place.
No, definitely not moved around a lot. I've lived in DC now for, 20 years almost. Probably longer than I've lived anywhere. So definitely staying here.
Okay.
And when you're not busy, when you're not on the Peloton or you're not busy with work or with the kids, is there free time is there an activity or something that draws you with any free time that you have?
No, that's all my time right there.
That's all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're content with that? Like that's a good,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do you watch anything while you're on the Peloton?
No, I just watch the instructor, yelling.
Come on, everybody.
That's right. It has to be very motivational.
So I noticed on your survey that you said that you grew up like with Christianity, but later as an adult, you now kind of identify as an atheist. Can you just talk about what led to that change and how active were you in the church growing up?
Yeah, my mom would take me to church every weekend, and it was Catholic church, and I went through the whole thing. And my children are Catholic, my husband is Catholic, but after the whole sex abuse scandal, I was like, this isn't for me. This isn't something that I can support.
Okay. Now, what made you go completely in the other direction and not consider any other religions?
No, I think there was an interim of considering other stuff, but it just didn't pan out.
Okay. So it's just not really something you focus on too much, it sounds like.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't think. I've kind of run out of questions. I'm sure I could.
Right. No, I love it.
I'm sure I could sit here and
Lauren
think
is straight
of a few
to the
more.
point.
Yeah, for sure. And I appreciate
Look
that.
what happens when you get a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, true.
No, when I watch them have those Senate hearings and they'll try to, what is it called? Where they just keep talking and talking to use up the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to stop you there and get to my next question. Lauren is not that kind of guest. She's
no, more like the other person who's being asked the questions, right? Like, so if you're in like a deposition, you only want to, give the short answers, don't embellish.
Oh, that's right. You don't want to give them anything else to work with.
Right. It's really just a yes or no in very short sentences.
Is there anything that you think we didn't get into that really elaborates kind of who you are or a part of your personality or your life that we didn't touch on that you think would be illuminating?
I would say I love animals. I've been a vegetarian for a while now, just because I love animals, and I have 2 cats, and they're a part of my life too.
Those little carnivores.
I know, but not me.
No, it's not their fault. They don't have a choice.
Right. They can't go to the store and buy broccoli.
And I'm sorry, I think you did say, but can you remind me what type of law, or in what, can you describe like what that looks like? Because I don't always know what, like when people say I'm an attorney, I don't really know what they mean.
Right. There's all kinds of like different flavors. And when I was in law school, I thought it'd be a lot more like Law and Order. But it's not at all like that. It's more policy and regulatory compliance.
So a day for you, I know there may be not a typical day because there's a lot of travel and a lot of work from home, but if you were to summarize most of your time working, what is it like? What are you doing? And what do you like about that?
So like today I was writing an advertising compliance guide, and just telling people how to comply with all these advertising rules from the state. So it's work like that, getting that information out there, taking information from what the law is and digesting it and putting it out there that people can follow along.
A lot of research and then writing it in a solitary environment. Yeah,
definitely that. And, every once in a while I'll, ask ChatGPT a question that like I know from the law, and to see if it's going to replace me soon. And so far, it's always gotten it wrong. So I think I'll still be employed for like at least a little bit longer.
Oh, good. We're all just trying to outrun AI. While we have you here, any good AI like legislation that you feel would benefit the world? Like how do you regulate this?
So yes, but this is more in the area of like an AI chatbot. If you're chatting with an AI and it looks like a human, I think that that's deceptive. Like if it takes on human form, and the fact that it's AI behind the human needs to be disclosed to people and needs to have like a label on it that you're not chatting with a girl or a guy or whoever, you're chatting with AI.
Okay. Mandatory disclosure when AI, I think when AI has created something. Sometimes I'll see an article and I think, I'm pretty sure this was written by AI. Yeah. It doesn't have like an author even, but so few articles do now.
Or like an image that's completely created by AI. I think that needs to be disclosed, or it's deceptive, just like the article.
It is. What are we going to do?
There's something inherently wrong, I think, with using it. But the fact that people look at it or use it in a way that they think it's something else, I think it's just deception by who's ever programming or owns the AI.
As far as regulation goes, how would you regulate social media in a beneficial way? It's any ideas there? Since you're in some of these circles, I know that maybe that's not a state level issue, but I'm just curious.
No, it definitely can be because you had Montana being the first or an only state to like completely ban TikTok, and I think there's a legitimate police power interest in reining in social media, especially for children. And I say this as a person whose kids have TikTok on their phone and they're on TikTok. But if I was in charge, I would not let anyone have access to that until their brain is mature enough to know exactly what they're seeing. And so maybe almost like smoking or alcohol, like you have to be a certain age before you can be on social media.
And then disclosure is also great.
Then disclosure.
Who's deciding what you see?
Right. What's the algorithm look like?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask one more question I thought of.
Sure.
In the last 12 months, have you, or especially recently, have you been going through any kind of like rethinking who you are, or like not sure if you want to be doing the same thing or wanting to make some changes about yourself?
Not about myself, but the job I'm in currently is a newish job within the past 6 months.
Okay. And so maybe you already made the changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I would say, did you go through that period where you're like, I'm just not satisfied, I'm rethinking who I am and all this kind of stuff?
No, it was more of a career choice of like, what kind of company do I want to be associated with?
Okay. I guess what Sarah's getting at, it wasn't like a soul searching, what am I doing with my life kind of thing. It was more of like, oh, I see a better opportunity, I'm going to go over here.
Right. And it wasn't like I was like a teacher one day and then a lawyer the next day. It's within the same kind of job description, but it was just like a better reputational company to be with.
Okay. Any changes like with, how long ago did you get married?
20 years ago this year.
Oh, 20 years ago. Did you guys ever talk about, I don't know, sometimes people renew their vows or like, I'm trying to figure out, like, did any turning points in the marriage, but like, I'm trying to frame it like for the better, or things like that.
No, I'm not like sentimental like that to do that kind of thing. Like,
okay,
a whole like vow renewal ceremony. There's always turning points when you have children, but those are for the better.
Do you like tradition a lot? Are you traditional? No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you don't have like holiday traditions that you're really passionate about or anything like that?
No, like much to my mother's chagrin, like I don't remember how to make her apple pancakes on Christmas. I don't make Christmas cookies,
Only Halloween.
That's only one, and that's a new one.
And the only tradition or nostalgia was sort of like television watching.
Right.
Just going back to the classics and feeling comforted by them.
Right. But not anything to do with like a holiday tradition or anything,
Okay. Can you tell us about your outfit? I was trying to see, are you just wearing a simple t-shirt or what's going on?
So this is a sweatshirt, and it's from the Sun Valley Resort in Idaho. It's one of the places I've visited for work.
Okay.
New sponsor for the show. Thank you.
That's right. Sun Valley Resort would be awesome. It's a great place to go.
And Hermé.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys are getting very high end.
All right, Sarah, you got what you need. She could ask questions all day, but we rein her in. At some point, I'm going to get a little clock that ticks down and then it just buzzes.
You need like an egg timer, right? Like it's just done.
If I was more tech savvy, I would figure out how to incorporate that onto the show while we're recording it. But I just have this clock in my head and I start to get antsy and think this episode's getting too long. We need to wrap it up.
All right. Oh my gosh. Fine.
No. You can have another question if you want to.
I would need to sit and ponder. I mean, there's a couple of things that are, that I'm worried that this could be one of those ones that blindsides me. So I'm really trying to look at a couple of things in the other chart, but I can't really think of a great question that will differentiate them.
Oh,
so I'm just going to have to go with the one that I feel has more evidence.
Let me throw out one. Do you host people at your house more often, or do you guys tend to go to other people's houses if you're socializing?
Yeah, it's other people's houses. We live like in a very historical house that's like very, very vertical. So we don't have like a lot of room for entertaining.
And that's the main reason. Would you want to? Like the idea of having people over and taking care of them is appealing?
Yeah, it would be fine. It's just not practical.
Okay.
Did I mess everything up?
No. And you also said that you have a lot of decorations up right now for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel a competitiveness in the neighborhood that you want to have the best Halloween house?
100%. And we do. It's not even close.
Okay. That's so funny.
Is there like a centerpiece, like the thing that, what's the part that you're most proud of?
There's this giant like animatronic on the front lawn that when you step on the little pad, it like jumps at you. And tomorrow people will be like jumping out of their skin. Dogs will be barking. Kids will be crying at this very, very scary thing.
And you'll be watching through the window?
No, I'll be out there handing out candy, hanging out.
Oh. Can I ask you what's your sense of humor? Are you, I'll just let you describe it instead of put words in your mouth.
I would say it's big. Like, I try not to take anything too seriously. Everything can be a joke or be lighthearted.
What's like the funniest movie to you? Or comedian, or, I'm just trying to get a sense of like what you find funny.
I don't think it's very like highbrow humor. Like I find like Ferris Bueller's Day Off funny. I just watched the show on Apple TV called The Studio. I found that hilarious.
Do you have a dry sense of humor?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, I've got everything I need to make my decision. Sarah, you're good?
Yeah.
All right. No, Lauren, you allowed us to get quite a few questions in, and me especially. I got to chime in more with your brief, to the point answers. Next. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
That's right.
So no further questions. What we're going to do is put you back in the waiting room for a couple of minutes. We're going to do a little huddle and compare notes, and then we're going to come back and see if we guess correctly or incorrectly which chart is yours. So we'll see you back here in just a bit.
Okay.
All right. Sarah, oh boy.
Yes. I would say, I'm not necessarily as 100%. Oh, I would never say 100%, but like I'm a little less confident than I was last time. But it's only because I'm trying to be more skeptical. I'm trying to be like, just because I guess use certain buzzwords, there are definitely a couple of things that stand out in one chart, but I would say there are more things in the other chart. So I feel like I just have to go with the evidence, that I've got. It sucks because she didn't, well, I don't want to say it like that. I don't want anyone to have any health issues, but she didn't really like have anything, to really grasp onto, even just like a, like dental, I had a lot of braces and things like that.
Well, high blood pressure.
That's true.
Yeah. That one stuck out, but she's doing something about it. So very motivated and active to, even though she wasn't tying her exercise for health reasons, she is extremely active in part for health. And I think that might be connected to blood pressure being a motivator. if that is something physical that you're looking at. That in no way plays a part in my decision.
Yeah. And what is your understanding of high blood pressure? Because I feel like I kind of have an understanding, but I just am like Googling it real fast.
Oh, I know astrology doesn't have like veins and arteries as being something tied to a planet. So I'd guess maybe like the heart. Circulatory system.
Yeah. Maybe we could ask her.
We're going to bring in a doctor to help us decide.
Yeah. Let me, I don't, this is where I wish I had like 2 minutes to just like look some, stuff up real quick. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to go. I just saw high blood pressure on there. So, okay.
You saw high blood pressure on there? Oh,
yeah.
boy.
All right.
Well, once again, I'm always a little torn between the two, and it just ends up with me like kind of shooting from the hip.
You're a hip shooter.
I'm a hip shooter, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Did you write down your answer?
I'm just sitting here staring at these two. Plus, my answer never comes across on the camera. I need to write it really thick this time.
Well, I think you need to just hold it close to your face.
Yeah?
I noticed that when I hold it too far out, it like disappears from the background.
Yeah? Okay.
I'll try to. I wrote it on a little Post-it this time.
All right. You see, I told myself I was going to stop trying to base it on the birth times, and I'm going to try and actually play fair or whatever, play based on the sun signs. And so I'm going on the sun sign here and not just me trying to think what's the most likely time somebody was born. So, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait, you had to get a lot closer.
No, I mean, mine says Cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
We both said Capricorn. Okay.
Oh, boy, we're back.
All right.
We're going with the Capricorn. We'll find out if we're right or wrong right after this. Hey, listeners. We're not just a podcast that tests astrology. We're an independent detective agency. That means we rely on you to help us keep the show running.
Exactly. By joining AstroDetectives on Patreon, you can support our mission to finally prove astrology is real.
Or, completely debunk it.
Here we go again.
One thing we can agree on, AstroDetectives is the only place you'll find astrologers and skeptics working together, like a buddy cop movie you didn't know you needed.
And trust me, detective work takes time, gathering evidence, late-night stakeouts, solving cases, especially when Mercury's retrograde.
Okay, you can't blame Mercury.
The first step is easy and free. Just follow AstroDetectives on Patreon to get access to our debrief episodes where the conversation continues after each case ends. We break down what went right and what went wrong.
And if you want to fast track your training, become a rookie detective for only $3 a month. You'll unlock exclusive bonus episodes, plus early releases and the top secret case files sent straight to your inbox.
Or for just $1 a month, we'll make you an Astro intern. No compensation per se, but hey, you'll gain valuable detective experience and that warm fuzzy feeling knowing you're helping us keep the lights on.
So if you like what we're doing and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/AstroDetectives and join the investigation today. Welcome back, everybody. Sarah and I had a good chat about the information that Lauren gave us to work with and the 2 charts that we were looking at. Lauren, we were deciding between a Capricorn and a Taurus. Now, I'm hoping you're one of those.
I am.
Good. It's always good to double check.
Yeah.
And right now, we actually are in agreement. We picked the same one.
Okay.
Which is exciting
Great.
because Sarah has a lot more astrology knowledge than me, and I don't even think that it's real. But I like to play along anyway. So, with my limited understanding, I just took a dart and put it. No, I try to play based on what you said and how it fits with the themes of the signs and everything. Mm-hmm. So now the pressure is on us.
Okay.
Off of you. You're nice and you did your job. Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
And let's see if we're able to do ours.
Okay.
Lauren, are you a Capricorn?
I am.
Okay.
I thought this would be easy, but
Well, it was. I was really leaning that way, but there's a couple. I'll get into that in the debrief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Occasionally, there's a couple things that stand out. Yeah.
We do a little after show, Lauren, if you're willing to stick around for 15 or so minutes, where we kind of
Sure.
discuss the results in astrology terms.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, is there anything that you want to plug? This could even just be a recommendation for our audience. It doesn't have to be where to find you. It could be anything.
No, I just want to say this was cool and I appreciate it.
Sarah, where can people find you?
I am available for astrology and human design readings at hartshornastrology.com.
And I'm not available for anything, but
And I just want to say I will now, by the time this airs, be doing live human design readings on the district. So if you want to get a mini human design reading from me, you need to go to the App Store and download the district. It's like a little blue icon. And the district is basically like this online marketplace where people they typically sell like things that they've made or like plants and crystals, things like that. But I'm going to be doing human design readings and I'm very excited about it. So I'm under Hartshorn Astrology on there. And I'm part of a group called Jumanji Thang. THANG. So search for them, search for me, and you'll find it.
And I'll be giving skeptical readings. This is taking whatever you believe in. I'll argue the counter argument of it, and I'll poke holes in it. Bring me any argument, and I'll make sure it's sound by trying to poke holes in it.
You should have gone to law school.
I thought about it, but the amount of reading that was involved really turned me off.
For sure.
Well, that's it, everyone. Let us know what you thought by commenting on whatever platform you follow us on. Links to our accounts are in the show notes. As always, thanks to Mike, our IT guy, for his random chartifier thingy. If you like the show and want to support it, you can visit patreon.com/AstroDetectives, where this conversation continues on the free Patreon-only debrief. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. I almost had it. Or YouTube. So you don't miss the next episode. Rate and review and tell your friends. And until next time, this case is closed.